A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you wonderful and amazing people out there. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can strengthen your sacral chakra and have a beautiful impact, a lust-free impact in your whole life, because lust-free relationships are the relationships where you experience love in its total. Lust-free relationships are the relationships where you experience the meaning of relationship, the meaning of interaction. In this video, I'll also talk about how porn stars trap people in lust and get name, fame, and recognition for themselves. Any teacher, any coach, any master, if they push you towards lust, please remember they are not even masters. Every teacher, every coach, every therapist's job or their actual qualification is to bring people out of lust and teach them the true meaning of love. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. Now in this particular session, I'm going to be talking about sacral chakra healing. And sacral chakra healing is something that you can do by yourself, sitting in your house, in your own company and in your own privacy. A lot of people think that sacral chakra is basically connected to only sexual interactions, but that's not entirely true, because sacral chakra is also connected to creativity. Sacral chakra is also created to connection with source, and your sexuality is also a gift. It's also a tool that helps you discover who you are, especially the feminine and masculine nature of your body and even your energy system. So from that perspective, when people say that if you heal only the sacral chakra also, a lot of work is done. But to heal the sacral chakra, you need the help of solar plexus, because you might be a man or a woman, but if you're not confident in yourself, if you're not happy with who you are, then a lot of things will not be able to work on you or function on you the way it will otherwise naturally function on you. So that's why I tell people that focus on solar plexus, but when the changes start happening, also look at what's happening in the sacral chakra. Now most of you can go to the internet and you can find out about sacral chakra, what it really means. But the word Swadhisthana is the Hindi word. Swadhisthana is the Hindi word for sacral chakra. It means where your being is established. So your root chakra gives you the foundation, and then your being gets established. And one of the songs, Just Be, I had already shared it on my channel. This song is actually about sacral chakra healing, because if you can learn the art of just being, or if you have started living your life on the principles of just be, it means your sacral chakra is already healed, or it is in the process of getting healed. Now Swa, in the word Swadhisthana, Swa means self and Adhishtan means established. Okay, and many a times this particular chakra is also blocked by the fear of death, or by the fear of someone taking away your space or your place wherever you're established. And that's why a lot of people, when they look at themselves, they see themselves as a sexual being, and they feel very much attacked when somebody attacks them in a sexual way. There is another very beautiful Hindi song or Hindi line which says, Mera rang de basanti chola. Mera rang de basanti chola. Mai rang de. There's a very beautiful song. Mera rang de basanti chola. Mai rang de. Mera rang de basanti chola. Mai rang de. Mera rang de basanti chola. Rang de. Rang de. Rang de basanti chola. Mai rang de. Basanti is literally the saffron color, and my dear friends, sacral chakra's color is also saffron. It's not like literally orange. It is saffron color. And people say that when you have colored yourself in this color, saffron color, you feel a different type of love. You feel a different type of connection on this planet. The way you live is not like how other people are going to live. This also means that a person is ready to be sacrificed for a greater cost. And when we talk about sacrifice in the twin flame ascension journey, we all know that we are volunteers. Many a times when you go higher in the levels, higher in the journey, you will realize that you no longer want so many things that the other people on this planet want. And because of this, your nature becomes of a person who likes to sacrifice. For you, it may be, okay, I don't even want to do this, so might as well I'll sacrifice this and it's okay, some other people can be happy. But you are easily able to do what billions of people cannot do, even if they try very hard. One has to understand that orange and saffron are different. They are very close, they are very similar, but they are sort of different. If you look at the definition, then orange has an entirely different color, which is more of a yellowish reddish tone, but saffron has a yellowish orange hue. My master, after doing so much tapasya and so much inner work, he had literally turned into saffron color. His skin color had become saffron. And it was so beautiful to see that he had literally gained mastery in the sacral chakra. And when people are in very low form of sacral chakra, that's the time they experience lust. Because lust is connected to gender or sex or sexuality. So that's like really low frequency vibration of the sacral chakra. That means sacral chakra is in very poor condition. When the woman has also developed her sacral chakra, men would go crazy for her, not for her body or for her looks alone, but they would do anything for her without even her asking them to touch her. Men would not even care if the woman is going to sleep with this man or not, or touch him or hold him or kiss him or hug him. They would just do anything, they can do anything that will make her happy. Because it's no longer about the woman being a woman. She is now in her established energy. So she has crossed over from the bodily tensions and the bodily contradictions or the bodily problems or taboos. Now this woman is a woman, but she is also a soul. Then people, especially opposite sex, they just want her presence. The woman being present around them, the woman being there around them, if they are able to be with her, or even if she asks them to do something and they want to do it for her, even that much will be more than important for such men. And that's why, my dear friends, the love they experience is of a very different nature. It's nowhere close to the low frequency romantic drama that a lot of people are witnessing, thinking it is love. Maximum people on this planet are living in lust energies, and that's why when they meet people or when they interact with people, when they form relationships, the bodily exchange is also very important. A woman can't be just a woman, a man can't be just a man, a woman can't be an individual, a man can't be an individual, but it's more about pleasing the other person. You don't need to please anyone when you're in your full potential, because just by being yourself, you will do everything. Without even doing anything, everything will happen. So that's why the impact of healing your solar plexus, your third chakra, is happening in the sacral chakra as well. The more you love, the more you give, the more you don't expect anything to come in return from these people you are giving it to. It will come from the source. That's why source integration is more important here than the interaction with other people, because with other people the interaction is going to happen any which way. It is all predestined and it is already written. So I had written down a note on this particular subject. So every time something deep, meaningful enters my space, I write it down. And so I'm going to be reading a bit of these points from my notes to explain it to you. I do want to talk about how this sacral chakra is exploited on this planet because of a lot of porn stars and a lot of companies that promote porn. And these companies actually label and they brand lust as love, because they have to sell they have to sell products. And most importantly, and I hope this is revealed to people in due course of time, that everybody is actually harvesting your energy. Nobody really cares about money, because money is printed. Money is already being printed on paper. They can print as much as they want to and they can give you as much as they want to. But they put a label, they put a price on it, or they ask you to give you certain number of hours. Even we as energy healers, we charge a fee for exchanging energy, for giving you our energy, so that you can feel better, you can feel more independent and relaxed, and then you can use that ignited spark to make it turn into a big fire, right? But it is energy exchange. It is energy exchange, right? However, when the same energy exchange is done for selfishness and manipulation, and stealing other people's confidence and energy, it turns into lust. But if you use this energy to uplift people, it turns into love. What a lot of famous porn stars play on is lust. Now you have to understand that even in the porn business, everybody does not get famous and rich. A lot of young men and women get exploited. A lot of them get cheated, betrayed, used. They are shown big dreams, big sapnas are given to them, or they are in some bad situation and they feel that if I do this for money, maybe my life will get sorted. So a lot of these famous porn stars, they think that the human being's primal need is to reproduce. They define this need for reproduction or procreation as lust. In fact, if you really want to procreate with someone, you don't even need lust. You just have to put this thing in your mind that yes, I have to procreate, I have to reproduce, and that's it. It can happen even in one go. But they define this whole process as lust, and then they offer people lust, nothing else but lust. And then they also assume that they can keep them in the loop of Maya and they can rule the people that way and also distract them away from God. Now obviously the ones who are performing these acts, they might not even know so much deep level of spirituality. They could also be programmed person, and for them they feel that this type of power they have over others, it somehow massages their ego and it pays their bills. But it is actually being devil's employee, literally. Now, the human being's primal need is not lust. This is where I want to make the correction. The human being's primal need, the most basic need, the most natural need is to be loved and to give love. In my opinion, lust was also created so that people can look within themselves, they can make the comparison between love and lust, and eventually they will become smart enough to understand that what they also want is love. The only trick is that this love that they seek outside, the need of giving and receiving love that they seek outside is actually within themselves. They can give love to themselves, they can receive love from themselves. Everything is an inner thing. Everything is an inner job actually. But when you step into the world of lust, or when people are already into the world of lust, everything becomes external, and no matter what you do in the external reality, it will never help you shift the internal reality. People experience lust more when they look at themselves only as a body. When they perceive themselves only to be a body, that time lust is highest in them. But when you start living as a soul, and when you understand that body is a device of the soul, once a person ascends and they start interacting with the world as a soul, and they understand, they recognize themselves as a soul, there is a big difference in looking at yourself just as a body as compared to looking at yourself as a combination of mind, body and soul. And eventually you realize that mind and body is also given you for the soul's ascension purpose. Even nature has created this system, this whole human system, so that people can transcend and they can experience different dimensions, different spaces, different thought patterns, different lifestyles. People are literally here to experience all of these different avenues that are available on planet Earth right now. In fact, it's a planet as per astronomy, but actually Earth is a plane, it's a dimension. Earth is a school for ascension, and that's why it follows the pattern of time cycle, which in Hindi we call Yug Chakra. And because of Yug Chakra, this whole balance continues to be the same, and it creates perfect ground, perfect space for any soul to come here and walk on the path of ascension. Procreation also is being done so that you can maintain the system and the law of this planet and this universe. Also, we need to understand that when people transcend, they gain extreme knowledge, after which they can create human just by a small DNA strand. Even if they find one hair strand of a person, they can create a whole human out of it. They do not need to biologically reproduce and procreate. So this biological reproduction also with time will change, and people would no longer have to follow the typical process of biological reproduction. They can just use the sperm and the egg of two people, the parents who want to create a child. In fact, in times to come, people will also start understanding that it's not necessary to create children just just like that, just for your ego satisfaction, just because you want your own bloodline to go ahead and this and that. They understand that the system on planet Earth will continue to function, and as people enter the zone of becoming super scientists, they will figure out many different ways of procreation and reproduction as well, which do not require them to be in these lustful energies and live in low frequency vibrations and experience a hell dimension. They no longer need to do that. If you want to grow in this journey, then one thing you have to make sure, and in order to heal your sacral chakra also, you have to keep the lust limited to yourself. I saw this crazy, insane documentary, and I don't mean insane in a good way. I think it is orgasm in ink. Here you can see whosoever the spiritual teacher, so-called spiritual teacher or guru was, that lady was a nutcase. She was a crack, and she's a daughter of a man who is in the jail for molesting 50 other innocent children. He also has programmed her to be a demonic, lustful person just like him. And she is using all the spiritual concepts by different masters. She probably read about Buddha, she read about different gurus, she read about Tantra, she read about Buddhism, she read about Taoism. She read all of those things and she picked up the lines. She even used the word darshan. I was shocked, because darshan, we use this word very commonly in India when we talk about meeting someone, a master, teacher. We say, okay, this much time you can do darshan. She even used that, and she said that I will give darshan to people, whereas she was literally masturbating people in front of others. She was getting masturbated herself. She was creating so much lust in everybody, and there were people who were getting raped over there. She was even forcing her employees, as per the documentary, please watch it on Netflix, she was even forcing her own employees to have sex with other people. From which angle this is spiritual ascension? There is no spiritual ascension if somebody is giving you lust. They are literally pushing you towards the demonic side. So be very careful. When you enter the phase of spiritual ascension, one thing you need to remember is that we all need to keep the lust limited to ourselves. Even if there is lust has arisen, lust is there's no big problem, it's a natural thing. Sometimes, it is a natural thing, as I said, the need for procreation or reproduction, or even the biological cycle. Some women feel a little more horny when they are approaching their cycles, the monthly cycles. These are all hormonal things, But because of lack of education, people feel like satisfying their urges and their lust with other people. They want themselves and others to participate in this activity, whereas human beings are designed in such a way, nature has designed human beings in such a way that every single person can satisfy their urges by themselves. But this education is not been given to others, because this education also does not need to be taught in classrooms. If you teach the children how to do inner work, and if everybody is doing inner work, they will automatically find a space in their solitude and they will discover it themselves. Because in this body, they say, in this whole body consists the whole universe. In Hindi, there is a line, is 3.5 haath ki kaya mein. 3.5 means 3.5. It is very rightly and very wisely said, and whosoever said this, is that your hand, like this much, this part, so 1, then 2, 3 and 3.5. So 3.5, that is from here to here of your hand, is the overall measurement of your body, overall body. So within this 3.5 haath ki kaya means body. In the 3.5 haath ki kaya, the whole Brahmand exists. The whole Brahmand exists inside this. You can find it and you can discover it. And I'm saying this even little bit from my personal experience. Usually I don't like to talk about my personal experience, but I think in due course of time I would probably be doing that a little bit more. So once you understand solitude, once you can spend time with yourself, you will figure out it is impossible to reduce lust by participating with other people in this activity. And as I said, if somebody loves you, somebody cares for you, they will not love you for your organs, for your genital organs. They will love you for who you are. So then if they are intimate with you, if they are close to you, if they spend time with you, it will not be only for that. If somebody is asking you out, or somebody is in a relationship with you, and this is their primal requirement, or this is their modus operandi, then I'm telling you, they don't love you. I can give it to you on a piece of paper, and you can read the piece of paper whenever you want and you can cross check with everything that's happening in your life. So keeping the lust limited to yourself is also a very important part of healing your own sacral chakra by yourself. So on this note, I will close the download over here. If you have anything to add, you have any comments to make, please mention it below. And for your personal situations also, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com, and I would be more than happy to hold your hand and help you out with this situation. I will see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.